Hi, Bhuvana. Welcome. I'm so happy to connect another person from Chennai. So, welcome to my show.
Thank you, Ranjini. Thanks a lot. I feel honored to be invited by you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining, taking out time. I know you run back-to-back sessions. So, for the audience, no, before we run into the actual conversations, I am Ranjini Sanjay, a host of the Real Entrepreneur Show, and today I have an entrepreneur from Chennai, and very much a very very detailed bio you have. So, I mean, let me take some pieces and introduce you. I met you on LinkedIn, and I've been connecting with life coaches and healers. So it's a privilege to speak to another coach on a Friday. So I'm here on every Friday, and today it's your turn. And we have this beautiful topic on parenting, and it's something need of the hour we are addressing today. So before running into the show, I want you to introduce yourself in your own words. Where are you joining from? What do you do? And why this topic today?
Well, why this topic? I'll start from there. I, uh, uh, I'm from the academic background, and I've been teaching for the last more than 35 years in three different countries and all over India also. And finally, after I settled down sometime in 2016, I realized that there were a lot of people, youngsters, students committing suicides. Um, Especially if you remember during 2017s and 18s, almost every day there would be some news of some engineering student or medical student or BITS Pilani student committing suicide. And that set me thinking. When I thought that I'm almost retired and I was a corporate trainer then, I realized that oh, I must do something for these children. I mean, why? Why? You grew up to be 18, 19 with so much of aspirations your parents have, and then you end your life. So there's something wrong somewhere. And I realized maybe something is wrong in the parenting style. And that's how I started taking more interest. And it was around the same time I came across a tool called genetic brain profiling. So I'll talk about it a little later. But this tool helped me to, um, I would say, reach out to parents and help them know their children better. And hence, I started having webinars on joyful parenting. And during the COVID time, I was doing, quite a satisfying job of um, training a lot of parents and helping them out of their difficult situations.
Hmm.
And well, this is a second innings for me in life after having taught in schools and colleges and universities. Now I'm leading a more satisfying life, actually transforming children and making a difference in their parents' lives.
Beautiful. And I remember we had more than our hour long conversation when we could catch up. And you have spent a lot of time with children. I remember you sharing this, and no, somehow no, that area you could not leave, and no, I really wanted to continue to be. No, it's your favorite space, I would say.
Yes, absolutely.
And I know you came, though you had so much of learning and so much of experience, but you came back to this space. So that's beautiful. And yeah, this when you do something that you love, no, you are fulfilled, you enjoy, and it's a bliss or a
Yeah.
blessing, you can say. So getting into the topic today, like when it comes to joyful parenting or really enjoy being a parent,
Hmm.
especially in this digital age. So what are your or maybe tips or advice when it comes to balancing this thing, like how much like the screen exposure or the digital struggle we have as
Hmm.
parents, like we can't ignore technology,
Absolutely.
But yet we need to have certain way of really protecting ourselves, our peace, our kids' health, and a lot of things around that. So tell me, how do you advise your.
Absolutely, you're right in saying we can't avoid technology. It's very important. And in fact, technology has become part of homework in schools. Teachers give, they say, refer to so and so website and do this, or refer to, Google and do this homework and things like that. That's become very common. I mean, using technology is something very, very common and it is essential. But so we can't avoid children using tech. Okay, we can't avoid screen time. But what is essential is ensuring that they are within the boundaries, healthy boundaries.
Hmm.
That is very essential, right? You see, because so much of research has gone into it, and the research says the more screen time the child spends, the more chances of the child getting depressed, being anxious, being stressed out, having vision impairment, having frequent headaches, and sleep disorders.
Hmm.
Okay, all this is a result of uncharted screen time. So,
Hmm.
screen time is essential, but what is more essential is parents monitor it, right? And in this regard, I would say that parents are the best models. So, they themselves have to be very, very disciplined in front of their children, especially when they are in their children's company. They can't afford to tell the children, don't watch TV or don't watch your whatever screen you use, laptop or mobile, while they themselves are doing it. Like the father comes back tired and he says, I want to catch up with the news. Now, this children can turn around and say, when Papa can do it, why can't I do it? So, the parents have to model their behavior. Okay, whatever catching up they have to do, they better do it when the children are not around. That is
Hmm.
second thing I would say, making the children watch the screen as a reward, like
Hmm.
making them understand that you get to watch your favorite show or play your favorite game, whatever it is. But remember, first comes homework, first comes your duty.
Hmm.
Like we go to work first, and when we are tired, we watch TV. So, similarly, you finish your duty first. Your duty as a student is to study, and then you will be rewarded with maybe this particular program you want, either the program or the timing. Okay, this is sort of your setting the boundaries. And the third thing is having an open conversation with your child, telling them about what is bad about watching, excessive watching. That is important. I mean, many things we take it for granted, and we adopt an advisory tone with our kids, which will
Hmm.
not help. Whereas if we tell them, you go and research, see what happened to a child who was watching the screen for more than 6 hours a day, what happened to that child's eyes. So you talk factually with the child, the children will also understand. There's one more hint I want to give. There is a 3, 6, 9, 12 rule. Have you heard about that?
No, no.
Okay. Below the age of 3, no screen. No screen at all. You just can't play some nursery rhyme and let the children play
Hmm.
a toddler while you're doing your housework.
Hmm.
Below the age of 3, absolutely no screen. Okay. Below the age of 6, no gaming consoles for the children. No saying, okay, you can play some game on your phone, on my mobile till I finish this work. Again, you're spoiling the child's habits. Below the age of 9, never give a mobile phone to a child. Now,
Hmm.
if the child, because of the environment in the school, if it essential for the child to use a mobile, Then you sit beside the child when the child is using the mobile. And below the age of 12, of course, you have to give mobile to the child because the child now thinks he's an adult. And nowadays, of course, children become more than a teenager by the time they are 11 and 12. Puberty is taking place earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, children, girls reach their puberty by 10 nowadays. So by 12, the children already feel they know everything. At
Hmm.
this point, if you give them a free hand with either laptop or mobile or whatever kind of screen, without monitoring, without putting parental control apps,
Hmm.
asking for trouble. Because it is a very curious age for the child.
Hmm.
12 years is when the child wants to explore the world, explore what is there. Curiosity takes the better of them. And then once it is not monitored well. So these are the factors one must keep in mind and ensure that the proper boundaries are there. You can't stop them from using the screen. Definitely not after the age of 9, but we have to monitor.
Yeah. So thank you so much for this wonderful tips. I'm sure parents who are listening this would definitely take an action when they go back home. So moving on, I remember you started this conversation with a suicide that really,
Yes.
maybe right stirred something inside you. And let's move into your question around resilience, like why it is so crucial, and know how what it is exactly, and then why it is important, and how does this help, for a child, to have this capacity.
Yeah, that's a nice question because, I mean, in my opinion, having resilience is the most important quality that has to be developed in a child. Now, what is resilience? Let me make that clear for our audience. Resilience is the psychological ability which a child develops in order to adapt or recover from some kind of stress, anxiety, trauma, or any negative emotions. Okay,
Okay.
what comes from within the child to battle that? That is resilience.
Mm.
And that does not happen overnight, it doesn't happen automatically. Parents have to build it up on it in their children. Okay, parents have to take extra effort to build up this resilient quality in their children. If they don't do it, it is such children when they become adults, they take to drugs, they take to alcoholism, they take to all kinds of other wrongdoings to gain attention, or alternatively, they'll get into depression and they'll suffer from very low self esteem. So, all the psychological issues that come out in adult life happens because of lack of resilience when they were young. Okay,
Very good.
having said that, let me tell you how can parents develop resilience. Okay, there are many ways. And like I always say, first thing is parents are the role models. They have to model their behavior in such a way. Let me take an example. Now, a father comes back from work and he's quite frustrated, dejected, crestfallen, or the mother, anyone, okay? And why? Because they worked on a project and they worked really hard, but ultimately it doesn't get approved.
Hmm.
Or they worked on anything, you can say, and they are highly disappointed. It happens in everybody's life, right?
Yeah.
As soon as they come home, what will the father do? Either he'll shut himself up in his room, or he will throw his anger, he will show anger to the rest of the family or his frustration. Instead of doing that, if the father were to come and share his mood, what he's feeling with the rest of his family. Okay? If he were to say, I worked so hard, I'm just taking an example. Okay?
Yeah.
I worked so hard on this, and ultimately it wasn't accepted. I have to make a lot of changes. And I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling dejected. And then, but you know what? I think I'll take a break. I need a break. And I'm going to sit and think about it again and see how I'm going to make it better. And I'm going to tell myself I need to present it again in this much time. Now, what happens when the father speaks his mind out like this? The child is observing. The child sees the father going through difficulties. The child observes how the father's pulled himself up. The child observes how the father is solving his own problem, okay, and how he's positive about the whole thing. So children learn more by observation rather than advising them. Beta, you should do this. It's okay if you didn't do well. Tomorrow you'll do well. No, by saying that, it doesn't make a difference, but it makes a hell of a lot of difference when the child sees his father or his mother actually living through it, and he observes from them and he learns from them. Okay, so parents are the biggest models. Number one. Number two, how you can develop resilience is helping the child to have a growth mindset. What is that? What do I mean by that? Like, the child has worked hard and done well, maybe in a drama or maybe some activity, and you just give a comment, wow, that was very smart of you. You were looking so nice and it was so smart. Instead of that, if we were to acknowledge the hard work that he put in, I
Hmm.
know you put in a lot of hard work and you deserve this applause. Now the child gets the idea that I am being praised for my hard work more than the output.
Hmm.
And hence he gets automatically, psychologically, he starts saying, I must put in the hard work with whatever the result may be. Right? Another thing one parents must remember is don't do small, I mean, let the child solve his own problem. Don't try to solve the problem for him. Like a child comes back from school and comes back with a crestfallen face. Now the mother will ask, what happened? The child will say, no, nothing happened. It's okay. Okay. Unless the mother's and the child relationship is such where he comes and says, speaks out the truth.
Yeah.
Then the mother has to prod what happened. And the child will say, actually, my friends called me a thief today. I'm just taking an example, okay? Mother will say, why? Why did they call you a thief? Actually, my friend's pencil fell down, a pen fell down, and I picked it and I put it in my pencil box. And somebody else saw it and he started calling me a thief, and then all my friends call me a thief. How can they call me a thief like that? I'm feeling very sad and very bad. Now, the mother can console the child, but has the child understood anything? Instead of that, if the mother questions the child, okay, here is a problem in your hand. How do you propose to solve it? Did you say sorry? Yes, I said sorry, but nobody heard my sorry. Okay, what are you going to do tomorrow when you go back to your same friends? What do you plan to tell them? How are you going to solve this problem? You're not a thief. You know you're not a thief. It was by mistake you did it. Now the child starts thinking. So this develops critical thinking in the child. And once the child develops critical thinking, learns to solve his own problem, he develops resilience. On the other hand, suppose the parent were to tell him, do this, do that. Do you think any resilience will be? He will only follow what his
Yeah.
parents. You know, I had a mother who had come to me a few months back, and she came with the problem that her child has started lying. A 13-year-old boy, okay, telling a lot of lies. And over the conversation, I realized that the boy was actually sleeping with the parents. And she was telling me, my child is so attached to me. We bond so well. He can't sleep without me. He always comes with me, and we are always together, and all that. That is physical attachment. Where is the mental attachment? Where is the emotional attachment? Bonding is when you show love and care. And the child trusts you so much that he's prepared to tell all his negative feelings also to you.
Hmm.
And another thing which we Indian parents don't do is whenever the child goes through some mood,
Hmm.
we need to ask the child, I think you're looking a little off color today. What happened? And the child should be able to label his mood. I am sad, I'm jealous, I'm dissatisfied, I'm disappointed. As a child, he should know, be in touch with his emotions. That is very important. And next step is how to manage. But first step is be in touch with yourself, be in touch, be aware of your emotions. That is so important. And then another thing is we should allow the child to take small risks,
Hmm.
age-related risk. Let's say, for example, an 8th standard child, okay, say
Hmm.
13, 14, he should be able to cycle his way around
Hmm.
the neighborhood. And if he's studying in a neighborhood school, he should be sent to school on his bicycle.
Hmm.
So this will develop, I mean, and he will come across some problem. There'll be tire puncture, there's something will happen, his bag will fall down, but he's learning to solve his own problems this way. So
Very
these are some
beautiful.
of the things which will help the parent develop resilience in children. Besides taking care of their physical needs and all their, peripheral needs and all that. This is very, very important.
Very beautiful, conversation we are having. Like it, this sounds like a master class for me. As you are, giving all the ideas and tips and advices. So, as we are speaking around emotions, I want to know the red flags. Like you picked one question where that indicates a child is having emotional struggle, and
Mhm.
how can the parent respond. So.
Yeah, that is very good question, I would say, because the parents must be very good observers and good listeners. Okay, if you observe your child, what do you need to? What are the red flags that you need to look out for? The child, say he's feeling very sad or she's feeling very sad for more than 2 weeks at a stretch. Like
Hmm.
she's fought with her best friend, for example. Within 2 weeks, she should recover. But
Yes.
if the child is sadness is prolonged, that
Hmm.
means something seriously is wrong. Similarly, if the child is withdraws from social functions or the child withdraws from her regular activities, or the child has a lot of mood swings or is aggressive in their behavior
Hmm.
and are short tempered, or you see a notice a change in their eating pattern or
Hmm.
their interest in dressing up, or when they refuse to come out with you, these
Hmm.
are red flags we should look out for. That means something is seriously wrong with the child. One or time is fine because moods can go up and down, especially for teenagers. But if it happens one too many times, then it's time the parents observed, listened, tried to communicate with the child, find out what the problem is, or else take the child to a professional. That's very important because the earlier you catch, the
Yeah.
better chances of the child's recovery.
Yes, yes, yes. So thank you so much for sharing all this, because these are all observational, and how good are you at really understanding your child, and more importantly knowing your own self also matters
Yes,
when it comes to
absolutely.
identifying things
Yeah.
around you. So before running into the next question, I want to know, like, as an NLP practitioner and a life coach, what are the services that you offer? And if somebody wants to connect with you as they're listening to this conversation, how do they connect with you? Like, where are you most effective? So if you can share a little bit about that, would be helpful.
Yeah, sure. So like I said, I started with genetic brain profiling. Okay. Now, can I share a little bit about what
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is?
absolutely,
Genetic brain
absolutely.
profiling. You've heard of a science called dermatoglyphics.
No.
It's to do with fingerprints. Okay,
Okay.
the fingerprints here at the
Yeah.
tip of the fingers, and it's to do with, of course, study of the iris and the toe prints and all that. But for the time being, a lot of research has gone into studying the patterns in the fingerprints and connecting it to behavioral. So behavioral psychologists have found a good relationship between these patterns, which are formed during the fetal stage when the brain develops.
Okay.
Okay, so between the 13th and 24th week, when the brain is developing, the different lobes of the brain, these, and as the neurons form, the patterns here form. Okay,
Okay.
so now by studying these patterns, they know what is the genetic trait of that child.
Hmm.
So now, by studying these fingerprints, I'll be able to say how the child's personality will be, how will the child, what are the special talents the child will have, what are the academic difficulties the child will face, in which subjects he'll have a natural tendency, potential, and interest, what are what career paths he can choose. So everything, what will his behavior be like, his or hers,
Hmm.
everything about the person we can say. And it's quite accurate so far. I have been in this field for more than 7 years, and I find the feedback from parents have been very positive, and I've been able to help a lot of parents come about this. Actually, our founder and chief mentor, Mr. Ratnasamy, he lives in Coimbatore, and when we take the fingerprints, we get the report from him. Okay, we
Hmm.
send it to him and he gives us the report. And every morning we have sessions discussing various behavioral traits and
Hmm.
connecting it to fingerprints. So we are still researching on it, and we are still going deeper and deeper into it. And it's proved to be so useful.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Do I have time? Can I give you an example that happened with me last week? Okay.
Sure. Go ahead.
A 7-year-old child with parents had come.
Hmm.
Now, this child, being 7 years old, has not started speaking.
Okay.
And when I took his fingerprints, straight away I told the parents what his problem is.
Hmm.
Well, you heard of VAK, that is visual, auditory, and
Yeah.
kinesthetic. Together, it should be 100. Okay, so
Hmm.
ideal is 33, 33, 33.
Hmm.
But this child's auditory was more than 40. So
Hmm.
now, auditory being so high, he hated noise.
Hmm.
And when he hated noise, his own voice was not coming out.
Hmm.
And that's when they told me that they had already taken the child to a lot of psychiatrists, to a lot of doctors, specialists, and everybody said the child is normal.
Hmm.
Just make the child talk. He's normal. They put the child through speech therapist also. But
Hmm.
through genetic brain profiling, I could tell them the reason why.
Hmm.
And then I gave them solutions accordingly. And I said, talk to him in whispers. You cannot afford to increase your volume when you talk to him.
Hmm.
So by and by, I gave them quite a few tips, and I said within 1 or 2 years, you'll see that he starts talking. Another thing is music.
Hmm.
Let him listen to a lot of soft music first, and then slowly let him start humming the tune. And
Hmm.
put him in a music class and tell the teacher not to be loud. So things like that, and they went back very happy and hopeful that yes, there is hope for their child.
Wow, that's beautiful. And I know there are a lot of career struggle or career choice struggles that parents have. This report, this brain profiling has been helping, including me. I've done it for my older children, and it really could sort out a lot of issues in my house, like what my
Excellent.
kids should choose. So yeah, so that restores a lot of peace in the relationship between
Absolutely.
parents, and children also feel sorted about what
Yeah.
they do, rather than being pressurized and to
Yeah.
do something that they don't want to.
That-
So this is great, and I'm sure people can connect with you on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
You're
and I
available.
do practice NLP also.
Yeah.
And I'm a life coach, ICF certified life coach, International Coaching Federation. I'm a member of that, and I do life coaching also. So I use this genetic brain profiling more as a diagnostic tool,
Hmm.
and then wherever therapy is required, I use NLP, and where growth is required, like
Hmm.
they are stuck in a place but they don't know how to come out,
Hmm.
there I use my life coaching techniques.
Yeah.
And uh, and then also I believe that some people can be cured spiritually, so I
Hmm.
also do healing, spiritual healing.
Wow. Wonderful. So, before we close this conversation, being an NLP practitioner and a life coach, what advice or tips that you would like to share, like people can, you know, use at home, you know, either parents or children, or however, any tool that you would like to suggest for people who are listening to you?
You seriously asking me to tell you a tool which parents can do at home?
Yeah, something like, from NLP and life coaching, like anything that is coming to your mind that can be used
Oh,
at home.
yeah, there's lots of things that come to my mind. And one of the simplest tools to use, I would say, is, have you heard of the tool called Circle of Excellence in NLP?
I'm not sure. I have heard of something else. Um, there is a wheel of life or something like that, but maybe
Okay,
something different, because I'm not an NLP.
practitioner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's new to me.
Okay. Now, generally, the problems children have are either they are too fearful,
Mm-hmm.
too shy, underconfident, low self esteem, or they are aggressive and angry.
Hmm.
Okay, generally it's two extremes like that. So when teachers call them to go on stage, now the
Hmm.
very shy children will refuse to do it. Now some
Yeah.
conscientious teachers will say, no, no, you must get used to it. And the parents also encourage. But the child is afraid to go. Now, how do you take this fear out of the child?
Hmm.
Parents can easily do it at home. It'll take me 5 minutes to describe this. Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. So the mother first can try it on herself and then try it on her child. So you need a quiet place in your house, and you need a space of about 3 feet by 3 feet in front of you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And try and draw a circle with a chalk or something as big as possible. Diameter, minimum diameter should be 2 feet, so that you can stand inside the circle. Now stand outside the circle and take some 10 deep breaths.
Hmm.
After that, try and fill the circle with your eyes closed with lots of colors,
Hmm.
your most favorite colors,
Hmm.
and some good music, melodious music that you like,
Hmm.
soft music that you like, and fill it up with some nice positive vibes, positive feelings. Okay. So you're standing outside the circle, but the circle is being filled with these things in your mind with your
Hmm.
eyes closed.
Hmm.
And after you've done that, just take a step into the circle. And whatever you have imagined, imagine that you're going through it now, standing inside the circle for a minute. Soak in that. All the positivity, all the beautiful things, all that you like. Now come out of the circle and break that mood. Open your eyes and look around you. Oh gosh, I forgot to make rice today. Oh gosh, I have to do this, that. Anyway, break your mood and then again close your eyes. Again, imagine all that and step into the circle. Soak into the beauty, the pleasantness, the positivity that that circle will give you,
Mm.
and then come out of the circle. Again, break state. So do this 2, 3 times. Now, whatever your problem is, suppose the problem is I'm too shy to go on stage. Hmm?
Mm.
And I have a friend who's super confident. How nicely she stands on stage and how confidently she talks. I wish I was like that.
Mm.
So now imagine that you are like her. Okay, you want to reach that stage. So now
Mm.
step back into the circle and now imagine yourself on stage talking as fluently as she's talking and as confident as she is and getting the applause from all the audience as much as she got. You
Mm.
are in her place. Now soak in all that. Okay? And step back.
Mm.
Again break state and again step in. Now you do this just twice. You anchored that positivity inside you. So
Mm.
next time you have to go on stage,
Mm.
just before entering the stage, imagine you're stepping into the circle of excellence and you're doing a wonderful job. And the entire audience is praising you and applauding for you. Now, with that self confidence, you walk into stage and
Wow.
always. So, this is very good circle of excellence for anything that you want to achieve or you
Yes.
want to get out of. Very simple tool.
Yes, very beautiful. I know NLP is full of lots of tools and tricks to hack your mind and work in your favor. So I remember this exercise. We did it in our retreats early this year, and there was an NLP practitioner who introduced this. Now
Yeah.
I remember this exercise. It's beautiful. I have I've done it and seen the benefit of like in seconds you can change and move, and this applies to anything that you want in life, like the success, the happiness, the love. You can create that excellence circle and step into it. Thank you, Mango. Thank you. So thank you so much, Bhuvana, for sharing these amazing, I would say wisdom that you got and sharing. And there are people who are watching this live, since we started, and they're still there. So, any questions? Anybody watching this live or over a replay can drop it in the comment section. So we would be happy to answer. So thank you. And any closing remarks that or message that you want to give before we finally close this conversation?
Children are like flowers and they blossom beautifully if you just give them love and care. That's all that's required. Love and care out of love, not care out of control, not care out of possessiveness, but care out of pure love. That is very, very important. Most of us, in the name of love, we control our children. In the name of possessiveness, we think we actually love them. No, we are actually possessive about them. But love is something totally different. So, love with a pure heart, and the child will get everything. Automatically, soul to soul connection will be there.
True.
That's what I feel.
I agree. I agree. So there is, letting go of the, attachment that you have,
Yeah.
of, having this soul choose you,
Yeah.
and and all that you give to them, it
Yeah.
all adds up to that. So being detached and yet, having that care for
Yes.
them
Absolutely.
is what is needed to have a great relationship, and it goes with anybody, even
Anybody, even a
your
child.
partner, even your
Absolutely.
friends, the
Give
closest one.
respect and take respect.
Yeah. So
Okay.
thank you for this beautiful note, and very well said, and loved it. I think we can talk for hours,
Yeah.
but yes, for today, no, this is the closing. And thank you so much. And looking forward to more conversations like this.
Thank you
And
so much.
yeah, take
Thank you
care.
so much for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah, take care, dear. And I'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon. I enjoyed the session too. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Bye bye.